I super love yung pag nagsa-side quest itong mga idols into variety shows outside of like yung variety shows na ginagawa nila as a group. Syempre si Jin dun sa Kian's Bizarre B&B.
Yes.
Love na love ko lang na pumayag siya. And actually, it is so him to say yes to something like that.
Parang sobrang bagay din sa kanya yung Bizarre B&B from BTS. Parang siya kasing pinaka-weirdo sa lahat. Hello, Chamchi!
Kung hindi si Jin, actually si JK yung sobrang bagay dito. Kasi feeling ko matutuwa si JK na, kailangan mag-wall climbing bago makapasok sa loob. Hindi siya magreklamo. Kailangan mag-slide sa pole pababa para kumain ng dinner. Ikatutuwa ni JK yun. Pero sabi ni Jin, kung siya daw papipiliin, kasama si JK at sinama din niya si Namjoon. Parang, si Namjoon, baka mag-iba yung buong bahay.
I mean, that's peak variety though.
Yung wall climbing, bigla na lang. Kasi ang bigat ng kamay niya natanggal na yung mga hawakan.
Although, pero I would love to see Namjoon climb a wall.
That's so hot. Yeah.
Diba? The muscles, sir.
Diba? Tapos nasa gitna pa sila ng dagat, so malamang nakasando siya.
Oh
my God, that's
kita-kita
so
mo yun.
hot.
Parang if only for that game.
1, 2, sarang! Hey!
What's up, everyone? It's me, Trancy.
Annyeong Sarang Base! My name is Pia and welcome to another episode of 1, 2, Sarang!
Woohoo!
At 2 lang kami ngayon, di kami 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, Sarang as 2. Kinakaya. Huwag niyo masyadong ma-miss si Monica dahil kahit miss na niya kayo, she will be back soon enough. And for today, itatawid muna namin na kaming dalawa kasama kayo, syempre. Ayan. So, magsa-start muna tayo. Meron akong gustong tanungin. So, Trancy, kung ikaw na lang at si DK. Syempre, bias kasi ang tanong ko.
Okay.
Or, ikaw na lang at si DK ang natitirang mga idol sa mundo. Dahil sa,
idol din
ikaw
ako?
si Oo, ikaw si Pangarap.
Yes.
Dito sa scenario na ito. Kung kayong dalawa na lang. Yes. Kung kayong dalawa na lang ang natitirang idol sa buong mundo, anong gagawin mo? Ikaw ba ay makikipag-collab? Or ikaw ba ay mai-inlove?
I think, pwede bang process siya? Kasi
sure,
pag ma-in-love ka, automatic may collab eh. If you know what I mean. Marriage! Guys, mga utak nyo.
Okay, tama.
Diba? Oo, collaboration.
One in marriage.
Oo, the union of Trancy and DK.
Yan.
Yan.
Diba, sabayan mo na, ang daming kinasal ng April. Si Jongmin ng 2 Days, 1 Night, kasal na. Si Ailey din, kasal na. With the guy from Singles Inferno, diba? Masaya-saya ng mga tao.
Naku, kami
you next. Kayo daw ni
next
DK
April. Oo. Pero kailangan pala maubos mo na lahat ng idol. Kasi yung premise kasi kung kami dalawa na lang yung natitire. So, sa lahat ng mga idol na nakikinig, quit your jobs.
Alis. Wala kayong mapapala dyan.
Tsaka give me my happiness, guys.
Ikaw yung mas mahalaga dito.
Me.
So, bakit ba tanungang idol itong usapan namin? Because in this episode, we also just want to talk about idols, syempre, and something quite unexpected. Meron mga idols na merong mga side quests because we know that obviously their main job is being an idol, singing, dancing on stage, going on tours, and all of that. Pero madaming mga idol na hindi lang yon ang ginagawa kung pinapayagan sila ng agency nila. Kasi madami parang, di ba? Kasi parang I remember naging issue yun dun sa Girls' Generation, the girl who left because she started her own clothing line. If I'm not mistaken, that was it. I don't know, sa mga sones na nakikinig, correct me if I'm wrong, pero yun yung pagkakaintindi ko sa issue na nangyari sa kanya. So, I think some agencies would want you to have your full attention on idol life. Pero meron pa rin mga pinapayagan. At
Correct.
yon ang aming pag-uusapan in this episode. And syempre, after that, alam nyo naman, matatapos kami ng may isang game. Abangan ninyo, magdelulu kayo kasama namin sa aming game pagkatapos
exciting.
nitong episode na ito. Okay, so umpisa na natin. I know!
Let's
Gusto ko
go.
na nga magdelulu ulit. Pero side quest muna tayo. Okay, balik. Side quest. Quest.
Yes.
So, ano na nga ba? Ikaw ba, Trancy, sa mga side quest ng mga idols na merong na alam mo, meron bang pinaka naging surprising sa'yo? Kanino and anong ginagawa?
Ooh, surprising. Actually, yun yung goal ko dito. Parang I wanted to discover kung sino yung may kakaibang mga side quest. Alam mo yun?
Oo.
Para fun. Kasi we know naman they actually do a lot of side questing eh. 'Di ba? Parang, they have like their other shows, meron silang mga YouTube channels and stuff. So, medyo tayo, off the radar ng konti. Kaya doon tayo sa big business.
Okay, big business.
Big business.
Sino
Big
yan?
business. And maybe, gusto kong i-emphasize yung mga nasa group na to. So, I mean, a lot of people probably know them. So, these are the GOT7 peeps. They're very entrepreneurial from what we have researched on them. Number 1 dito talaga si Jackson Wang. I'm a very controversial figure, I'm sure, but like in terms of business making, the art of making business and money, he is maybe top tier talaga. As in, but I think in the whole K-pop land, parang siya na, yung naiisip ko talaga na parang pinaka maraming nagawa in terms of like...
As a Chinese.
As a Hong Kongese.
As a Hong Konger.
As a Hong Konger. Sobra. And nakakaloka kasi I found out nga na parang his net worth right now because of all his business endeavors is at $100 million na. Parang like,
wow.
Ano laki na nun? So parang medyo...
yeah.
Because of all his business. And ang primary talaga nito is yung Team Wang. So people probably know of Team Wang already. And Team Wang is actually, parang kumbaga umbrella company siya. So you have the records. So he produces his own music now. So lahat ng mga anything associated with like his music, the concerts and all that is funneled through Team Wang Records. And we also have Team Wang Design. So he's also in fashion.
Yes,
Siyempre,
as
very
a fashion king.
Yeah, as a fashion king, grabe. So, yun ang nakakatuwa. And dito ako medyo nagka-interest and medyo may medyo parang like, medyo malapit sa experience natin as Filipinos.
Ano yan?
Kasi,
Sari-sari store.
Hindi naman sari-sari store. Very matunog to over the past year. Dito sa bagong administrasyon na to. Kasi,
MLM.
No, not MLM. But he is also a partner in this group, NIP group, and they dabble in events, talent management, hospitality, and esports.
Okay,
So,
very good.
wala naman sigurong gambling involved, pero esports. So, I mean, that's pogo in my head.
Yeah.
What?
But I think like big factor din yung nakaalis siya sa JYP at na-pursue niya lahat-lahat ng mga ginawang yan. Because I remember there was this interview of Yugyeom that went viral about how talagang penniless sila as JYP artists and even after. Sinabi niya na talagang there was a time na as a breadwinner, hindi talaga niya alam kung paano niya bubuhayin yung pamilya niya noong time na yon. That's why he just started releasing some songs and dun siya nakuha ng AOMG, which now, nabuwag na rin halos ang AOMG. Parang nawala na rin lahat na.
Oo nga.
But anyway, parang it was quite a process. I feel like, in fairness sa entrepreneurial spirit ni Jackson Wang at ngayon, worth $100 million. Why not?
That's very true. And actually, like GOT7 in general, I feel like I don't know, kasi baka like, as a, quote-unquote newbie K-popper, you know what I mean? Parang hindi naman natin sila masyadong kilala. Ako, personally, hindi ko siya masyadong kilala. Pero parang mas naging kilala ko sila as individual artists na. Parang ganun. And like, I feel like, parang, natutuwa naman ako na parang, I mean, penniless JYP, bakit? Akala ko ba man of the Lord ka?
I know.
Bakit sila penniless? Ang dami nilang ginawa. Pero parang nileverage talaga nila yung popularity nila. So, and they really used it for their own endeavors. And that's really good on them. Kung ano yung pinagkulang siguro sa pera binigay ni JYP, at least training na bigay niya.
Oo, to be fair. And nagkakilala sila because, diba, yung friendship nila, they're still gonna tour and all of that. And pinaglaban nila yung pangalan nila at nakuha pa rin nila. So, marami pa rin merits. But they had to go through a lot of bad things also to get to that. That's true.
My God. Alam mo, buti na lang nabuwag na sila. Hindi naman nabuwag, pero medyo wala na sila ng slide. Kasi parang nakakatawa yung friendship nila. Like seeing the concert. Tapos yung talagang parang sobrang bonded nila as a group. Parang nakakatuwa. Parang nakaka-touch ng slight. Parang gusto ko maging stan. Check ah.
Oo. Maging agasan na rin tayo tapos manood din tayo ng tour nila. And kailangan ko rin ibanggit na si Jackson Wang, di ba, meron siyang trending na reel ngayon na yung pinag-uusapan nila kung nagsisex ba siya. Tapos nun umuo siya ng walang kabog-abog. Yung nag-interview sa kanya, parang sinabi niya na parang, ako kasi hindi, parang basically nagpo-photosynthesize na ako or something like that. Tapos si Jackson, okay, I take back my answer.
Binawi talaga. Sir, ang dami na yung mga revealing answers, honestly. Parang, I guess it really helps kasi kung hindi ka Korean, alam mo yun, baka nakatulong din sa kanyang endeavor making ang fact na mas may quote-unquote freedom siya from Korean judgment.
Correct. To be fair. And we're all here for it. Like, go, Jackson. Enjoy life and your $100 million. Like, yes, go for it.
But at the same time, sir, please don't overdo yourself. I feel like he is also struggling a little. So, kalma lang.
Correct. Ang dami mo ng pera, pwede ka nang mag-relax ng konti.
Correct. Totoo. And then, sasakyan ko na rin yung mga foreign line, kumbaga, ng GOT7. Very entrepreneurial at very, very tired.
Truly.
Tired but entrepreneurial. Another one from GOT7, Bam Bam.
My God.
Pagod na rin sa lahat ng ginagawa niya in life. Pagod siya, pero hindi siya pagod na mahalin ka, Pia. Wow!
Sana nga. In love lang siya lagi kay Taeyeon lang forever. Ako na lang si Taeyeon. Kaming dalawa na lang matitira on Earth. Okay. Anong meron? Kay Bam Bam.
Okay. So si Bam Bam, alam naman natin na very mayaman na siya in Thailand. No? Diba na-mention na nga niya na malaki ang kanyang bahay. Yes, the Prince of Thailand. Actually, may nakita akong parang mga like posts about Bam Bam na parang like people from who know GOT7 but are not Thai. Pagpunta nila sa Bangkok or sa Thailand in general, parang nagugulat na lang sila na parang puro Bam Bam. As in Bam Bam endorsements.
Airport pa lang.
Airport pa lang.
Bam Bam nang sasalubong sa'yo.
Correct. It's called Bangkok.
Sa totoo.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Correct. Sa totoo. Bam Bamkok.
Bam Bamkok. It means Bam Bam and other Bam Bam. You know what I mean?
Nababalik doon. Jackson, laglagin mo rin yung kaibigan mo.
Oo nga. Oo. Tulungan mo na rin siya, I guess, kay Taeyeon. So anyway, ito naman si Bam Bam, who's entrepreneurial, and so is his mother. Meron siyang, may stinort sila na restaurant business. So,
correct.
I think it's a Korean restaurant business. So, at first, she owned one restaurant lang. Magkasama sila dito. Pero, of course, yung bulk ng work is with his mom.
Yes.
Parang, and then, gradually, nung medyo mas naging okay yung business, they opened another one, and then a third one. And then, eventually, they got bought. May bumili sa kanila and then it became a franchise. So now, they don't own it anymore now. Pero parang, I don't know if like, they still have a share in it.
May
usually gano'n naman, diba? May
ganyan,
royalties sila. Pero, this restaurant chain has 50 restaurants na all over Thailand. And ang sabi pa ni Bam Bam sa isang KBS show, this KBS show is called Funstaurant. I can't even Funstaurant. Ang sabi ni Bam Bam doon while he was talking about this dun sa show, sabi niya, she's now resting well because of that. So, I think we should be like Mrs. Bam.
Oo, mahirap yung mga apelido ng mga Thai eh. Mahaba yung apelido ni Bam Bam.
Ganun, di ko alam.
Oo. Pero tama lang din na magbigay-pugay siya ng ganyan sa nanay niya. Kasi it's also his mom that got him into the industry. Kasi yung mom niya is a huge fan of Rain. At dahil doon parang, sige anak, magsayaw-sayaw ka dyan anak. At kaya naman na-discover si Bam Bam. And siya rin naman yung nagpatayo ng bahay nila sa Thailand. Lahat yun ay galing din naman sa hard work. So may mabuti din namang nagagawa si JYP. Nakapagpatayo naman ng bahay sa Thailand si Bam Bam nung mga panahon na yun.
Totoo yan.
And sobrang cute ng family nila. Tapos nakakatawa, naalala ko yung little sister niya, if I remember correctly, pangalan Baby. Parang ganun
Bam Bam and
Kasi
Baby?
si Bam Bam, si Baby, tas yung older brother niya parang Biden or something like that. Basta
Boy.
nakakatawa
Parang
lang.
sobrang Pinoy do. I'm sorry.
Si Boyet.
Baby. Si Boyet.
Si Bam Bam at si Baby.
Tapos meron din silang tita. Si Tita
Ano
Tita.
pangalan ni Tita? Si Tita Tita.
Tita Tita.
Pakisabi naman sa amin sa Arang Base kung anong pangalan nung mga kapatid ni Bam Bam and kung tama ba yung pagkakaalala ko na Baby yung pangalan nung kapatid niyang babae. Si Bam Bam, parang one of the first times also na na-expose ako sa kanya and got interested with him was when he became a panelist for Exchange. And medyo claim to fame din yun. Lagi niyang kinukwento na when he left JYP at nagkaroon siya ng offer na mag-panel sa Exchange, talagang parang his life kind of changed na rin. Na nagkaroon na siya ng mas madaming mga offers and nagkaroon siya ng mas madaming mga exposure. And I'm so thankful. And namimiss ko siya. Sana bumalik siya sa Exchange kasi yung show na nagpanel siya after that, My Siblings Romance, hindi na yata daw magkaka-season 2. Yun ang bali-balita. So, sana mag-variety pa siya. May i-add ka pa ba tungkol kay Bam Bam? Meron pa ba siyang additional empire aside from being rin siya, brand ambassador din siya ng LV for the longest time. Talagang siya si Mr. LV.
Oo, very true. Wala na naman on the business side of things. But I mean, we don't know naman din kasi the entire portfolio of these people, diba? I'm sure marami pa siyang ibang investments and all that. So, kudos. And nakakatawa na minention mo rin na parang nasa Exchange. So, that's another side quest of his.
Yes.
Parang he does variety show work as well. He has a show. He has a show too.
Yes, Bam's House.
Bam's House.
Yes.
Kaya pagod na pagod si sir.
Correct. Na tinake over na rin nung isang idol girly from UKIS. UKIS. Hindi UKIS. Kiss of Life. There you go.
Kiss of Life.
Pero yun. Pero sobrang nakakatuwa yun because of that show, nakita kong gaano siya ka-OC about everything. As in, sobrang niyang linis sa bahay na yung bahay niya. Mukhang model home. As in, parang As in, super. And wala lang. Nakakatawang makita yung side niya na yun. And speaking of that, yan yung isa sa mga side quests ng mga idols na gusto ko rin pag-usapan. As your variety girly, I super love yung pag nagsa-side quest itong mga idols into variety shows outside of like yung variety shows na ginagawa nila as a group. Kasi parang you really get to see a side of them, lalo na kapag hindi nila kasama yung iba nilang members. Merong mga different sides of them that you see and lalo mo silang na-appreciate and nakakakilig din panoorin. Sobrang dami actually. Babanggitin ko na lang yung mga favorite ko, I guess. Pero ang dami ding favorite. Unahin ko na lang muna yung Earth Arcade because nag-premiere as of recording. Nag-start na ulit ang Earth Arcade. Of course, we have there nandyan si Yoonjin ng IVE. Nandun din si Youngji, ang ating solo artist. And of course si Mimi ng Oh My Girl. And si Mimi, ang dami din after that, 'di ba? Meron din siya nung Sixth Sense ni Jae-seok itong latest season. She's also part of it. I love it so much. And then, because of that, syempre, nabanggit na si Youngji. Ilang beses na natin nasabi, Nothing Much Prepared. One of my most favorite shows as well on YouTube. I love na merong ganun tayong persona din niya nakikita outside of the rapping. And I think that's a huge part of what made her popular as well. Kasi napaka-endearing ng personality niya, diba?
And very real. Alam mo yun? I think she's one of the realest parang K-pop personas or K-music. I don't know, is she K-pop? Would you consider her K-pop though?
I would, pero more of siguro rapper. I don't know.
Rapper. Soloist. Parang K-pop soloist. Mas ganun.
Parang binunch up ko na lang sila lahat together. May isa akong favorite kay Young G. Meron siyang isang beses na nag-TikTok live siya. Tapos nung nag-TikTok live siya, yung mga fans na nanonood, biglang sinesendan siya ng mga gifts. And yung mga gifts kasi nagtatranslate yun into cash or something like that. Correct! So parang habang nagti-TikTok live siya, yung nakikiusap na siya na, guys, gusto ko lang mag-live. Huwag nyo na ako sendan ng pera kasi may pera na ako eh. Okay lang ako. Yun kasi nagmamakaawa siya. I don't need your money. I have money. Ganun siya. As nag-i-English pa.
Nangyari din yun kay Jackson, I think. Parang na-confuse pa siya kasi hindi niya alam na may perang darating. So parang tinatanong pa niya, parang ano tong, I don't know kung, di ba parang one item
gifts,
equals
roses,
to money. Parang ganun. Tapos parang siya, ano tong, tapos, and then someone messaged nga na parang it will actually translate to money. Siya naman, hindi naman siya nagmaka-hour or anything. Parang enough na lang kagad niya yung live niya. Para matapos na. Meron ako $100 million, guys.
Diba? And I'm sure si Young G din, hindi, yun lang. Hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung ibang mga side quest ni Young G. Pero isa sa mga bagay na binanggit niya dati, gusto niyang magkaroon ng Heidi Lau. Kaya tawang-tawa ako doon sa Hot Pot Girlie.
I love it.
So, yes. Kaya nung nagka-Heidi Lau na sa gali, talagang sugod. Gusto kong matry kung ano tong mahal na mahal ni Young G na Heidi Lau. So, speaking of mga YouTube shows, yung mga isa pang love ko, si Kai ng EXO, siya nang nag-take over ng Jongwaja, which is a show where he goes to different universities and tries being a student for a day, kung ano man yung course na yun. Tawang-tawa ako dun sa isang episode, nandun siya sa parang English majors. Tapos,
my people.
Yung isang estudyante, sabi, correct! Ikaw yun kung nandun ka sa university na yun. Kasi isang girl, medyo kinall out yung mga lyrics ng EXO. Sabi niya,
ano sabi?
Parang, sabi niya, yung isang song ninyo, title Overdose. Pero if you look at the lyrics, it's really about drug addiction. Addiction and overdose are two different things. Parang ina-isa niya. Kasi yung mga K-pop lyrics na alam natin na, yung napag-usapan na natin, mga English lyrics that don't really translate. Yung ganun. So medyo na-call out niya si Kai. Tapos nakakatala yung reaction ni Kai. Parang natulala lang siya na, ang dami ko palang mistakes. Parang ganun yung sinabi niya.
Buti tinanggap niya. Pero ang tanong siya ba nagsulat nun? Or tinanggap na lang niya for the group?
Parang maybe in behalf of.
In behalf of.
Sobrang nakakatawa. If you guys are also watching that show, let me know. Tawang-tawa ako ngayon kasi yung pinaka-last nasa Jeju siya. Tapos nag-dissect siya ng isda. As in, sobrang nakakatawa.
College? University class?
Yes, because apparently in Jeju, there is a course on... I forget what it's called. Pero basically, para kayong mga fish doctors para sa mga nagpa-farm ng fish.
So para veterinary medicine, parang ganun. Pero specific to fishmen.
Specific to fish.
Fishmongers.
As in, nagulat ako, did you know na yung mga fish, nagkakaroon sila ng parang mga skin allergies? Gusto mo yun?
Gusto ko yung may skin allergy sila.
Diba?
Allergic sila to what? To shellfish? Check out.
Parang may mga bacteria na nag-aano ng mga skin nila. So, nagkaka-white spots. So, parang si naman, sabi ni Kai, talaga, as in eczema, meron din ako nun. Parang
relatable. Ang cute nyo.
Sobrang cute niya. Kaya sabi, isa to sa mga favorite ko ngayon. And isa din, sa super favorite ko din is, si Subin ng TXT, yung my faves fave. Sobrang gusto
nun, by the way. Natutuwa ako. Kakatuwa siya.
Sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako sa concept and sobrang bagay lang kay Subin itong na to. And again, like, of course, we get glimpses of that sa mga to-do ng TXT. Yeah. Pero iba kasi yung nasa kanya yung limelight. As in, sobrang ganda. As in, yung nung season 2 na right now, yung nag-guest na si Bomgyu, who is apparently a K-drama addict. So, he was talking about K-dramas the whole time. Sobrang favorite niya Reply 1988. He also talked about, as in yung mga trending na mga K-drama, Boys Over Flowers, mga ganyan. As in, sobrang siyang funny. As in, sobrang, ang cute nung episode na yun kasi syempre, they're so comfortable with each other. Tapos yung pinaka-last, as of recording, si Zhang Hao ng Zero Base One ay talagang inangkin na niya ang concept niya as a durian lover. So, ang pinag-usapan niya ay durian sa buong episode. As in,
Wait lang, how did
nakakatawa.
that start? Paano siya naging durian lover? Paano siya nagkaroon ng ganong label?
I have seen some mga TikToks and even on X na minsan parang kapag nasa sa music show backstage, lumalabas siya ng kwarto tapos may hawak lang siyang durian kasi kinikick out siya kasi nga ang baho. Mga ganon.
Sir, tapos magpo-perform siya? Sa ano? Sir!
Sa mga music show.
Aalingasaw sa buong stage. Sir!
And then apparently, sa Weverse nila, he always posts about durian as well. Tapos parang yung mga fans nila parang nag-react na parang, Zhang Hao, ang baho, tama na, naamoy namin hanggang dito. Ginaganon siya.
Cute!
Sabi na, Tapos ang cute lang din ng parang origin story niya ng durian. Basically, naging trending daw yun sa China. So, nung nag-trendy sa China, gusto din niyang maging trendy. Nung first niya trinay, di niya type. Pero dahil determinado siya,
pinilit niya sarili niya.
I want to be as trendy as everyone. Hanggang sa na-in-love na siya sa durian. Pinaka-last na lang, and very quickly, syempre si Jin, dun sa Kian's Bizarre B&B. As in, sobrang love na love ko lang na pumayag siya. And actually, it is so him to say yes to something like that because Kian is quite a person. And for the most part of the show, yun din naman yung inuulit-ulit ni Jin kay Kian na hindi, ikaw kasi to eh. So, dapat tuloy natin yung concept mo. Every time Kian falters kasi yung concept niya masyadong mahirap. Oo, sobrang sweet lang niya. So, yes, thank you, Jin, at for being part of this variety show kasi sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako dito sa buong Kian's Bizarre B&B.
To add lang, parang sobrang bagay din sa kanya yung Bizarre B&B. Parang from BTS, parang siya kasing pinaka-weirdo sa lahat.
Oo.
So parang sakto sa kanya na nandito siya sa show na to. Parang it's something that is within his personality. Hello, Chamchi! Diba? Pasok sa mga, yung ganong klaseng kawerduhan.
May interview siya sa YouTube na sinabi niya kung may ibang member na isasama niya. Kasi, bago yan. Kasi nung iniisip ko, sabi ko, kung hindi si Jin, actually si JK yung sobrang bagay dito. Kasi feeling ko matutuwa si JK na, kailangan mag-wall climbing bago makapasok sa loob. Hindi siya magreklamo. Diba? Hindi siya magreklamo, hindi siya mainis. Kailangan mag-slide sa pole pababa para kumain ng dinner. At kailangan akyatin yung pole para makalabas. Hindi siya magreklamo. Feeling ko ikatutuwa ni JK
pa nga siya.
yun. Pero sabi ni Jin, kung siya daw papipiliin, kasama si JK, at sinama din niya si Namjoon. Parang, si Namjoon, baka mag-iba yung buong bahay.
Baka
yung pole mahulog.
Peak. I mean, that's peak variety though. I mean,
that's
if you
true.
want that to happen.
Yung wall climbing, bigla na lang. Kasi ang bigat ng kamay niya, natanggal na yung mga hawakan.
Although, pero I would love to see Namjoon climb a wall.
That's so hot.
I mean...
Yeah.
Diba? The muscles, sir.
Diba?
Diba?
Tapos nasa gitna pa sila ng dagat, so malamang nakasando siya.
Oh
my God, that's
kita
so
mo yun.
hot.
Parang if only for that game. G.
Let's go, Namjoon. Next. But speaking of Jin, I think meron ka pang i-add tungkol sa ating favorite Matyong na si Jin.
Yes. Si Jin. Na can I just share? Parang I think, after coming out, bakla pala siya. After Arndetibo.
What? Ikaw na nagja-gender sa kanya.
Parang after coming out of the military, parang I think siya yung sobrang diverse nung ginawa niya. Parang lahat ng pwede niyang gawin. Parang feeling ko, basta pasok sa oras ko, gagawin ko. Parang feeling ko nagwala siya ng slight. Diba? It kind of feels like that. Parang he was just entertaining every curious part of him after he came out. And ito, one of his other curious things that he did, and iba blanket statement natin to sa topic ng idols and alcohols. Idols.
Okay.
So, naunguna dito si Jin because sa mga armies na nakikinig dyan, meron tayong iJin. Ang kanyang joint venture with celebrity chef, may favorite na si Baek Jong-won. So, gumawa sila ng gin, basically. Using very unique Korean product. So, parang yun naman yung parang pinaka-peg or pinaka-concept rather nila for iJin is they will use Korean ingredients talaga for this drink. And nakakatuwa. And very, very gin. Kasi parang meron silang tagline eh. Ang tagline ng iGin is, where smiles begin, where joyful moments begin. Parang may ganun silang tagline. Na parang so gin. And even the bottle, no? Parang it's just very fun. Parang hindi mo ma-imagine na parang gin, alcoholic beverage, tas parang scribbles yung art ng bote. Parang ganun. So siguro a little background lang para sa mga interesado tungkol sa iGin ni Sok Gin. So dalawang klase siya. So you have iGin, the actual gin. Ayun. So yung iGin, it's actually 40% ABV. Ang taas. Tama ba?
Gin naman is 40 eh.
Okay, mataas pa din. And it is distilled from premium Korean rice and fresh apples. So parang may ganun. So that's fruity. In the big bottle. And then meron din silang yung apple tonic. So I guess parang siyang gin tonic type. So it's called iGin Tangy Apple Tonic. Ideal choice for those seeking a fun, fruity, and distinctly Korean drink experience. Ang target market nito parang medyo bata, no?
Oo nga, correct.
Mga 20s.
Hindi nila tinanggap na nasa 30s na sila, ano?
Correct.
At si Baek Jong-won ilang taon na ba siya? 40s?
Totoo.
Mabibili ba yan dito? Ever since it was launched, I was so curious and I thought na magiging mabilis para dalhin dito. So, kumakatok kami sa mga distributors ng alak. Please, dalhin niyo naman dito para matikman naman namin.
Patikim kami. I mean, may Pia Bonalos Mercado tayo dito na isang alcohol connoisseur.
Almost or maybe just alcoholic. An alcoholic.
Baka pa nyo kayong padalhan. You know, make a review. Why not?
Correct.
Diba?
Pag-usapan natin tasting
pag-usapan
notes.
natin yan. Parang I think kasi it was just recently launched. It was launched this year. 2025. I think earlier. Oo. So, parang kaya siguro hindi pa umabot ito. But we'll double check. Baka naman may available. If it's available, we'll post a link for you guys.
Hello, SNR.
Oo. Check out. Yes, SNR. Wala ata si SNR. Doon ako isang araw eh.
Oo nga. Wala din ako nakita pa.
Or sa mga baka nagpapasabay. Hi sa mga nagpapasabay from Korea. Sabihan nyo kami kung gusto nyo yung i-promote ang inyong business, you know? Basta may mga listeners na gusto mong pasabay ng mga stuff from there. So, yun. So, that's gin. That's iGin by Sok Gin. Nakakatuwa. And then we have a few more mga K-pop idols, no? With all their hectic schedules. Of course, we wanna drink, di ba? Pag naiisip mo tong lalaking to, itong idol na to, automatic parang, okay, umiinom to. Oo. So, ang lalaking to ay si Jay Park, who will be coming here, I think. He's coming here, right? Tama ba?
Yeah, parang he's always here, isn't he? Yeah.
Ayun. So, ang kanyang product is Won Soju. This was launched Feb 2022. So, Won Soju is a pioneering spirit brand leading the modernization of soju through the fusion of innovative approaches with traditional techniques. May ganun silang overarching theme, no? Parang they really want to incorporate like traditional, not traditional, pero parang very, traditional techniques nga. And, you know, really modernize it. And even like the bottle, ang ganda ng bote nito. Para siyang very, very hip-hop. You know what I mean?
Very J Park.
Very J Park. Oo. So yun. So in fairness naman. Okay, correct. Show me the money. So J Park, padala ka rin ito sa amin. Para matikman namin ang iyong soju. Ayan. So, ang sabi dito, it has achieved unparalleled sales success driven by modern design and future-oriented strategy. So, may mga ganun.
Wow, ano yung future-oriented strategy? Gusto kong malaman.
Gonna send it to the moon or something? I don't know.
Kailangan ko yata yan sa mga business ko, ganyan.
Correct.
Future-oriented strategy.
Future-oriented strategy. Baka kasi target nila dito yung hindi pa iniinom. Yung papainom pa lang.
Kaya future-oriented para ma-addict sila tapos bibili sila ng bibili. Ganon.
Correct. Tama yan.
Okay, good job.
So that's J Park's Won Soju. And lastly, dito sa list na meron tayo, isa na namang rapper. Grabe talaga sila. No? Talagang taguyod talaga sa image ng isang rapper. Kailangan may alcohol.
Correct. Ganon talaga.
Diba? Pero ito naman kasi yung pinopromote niya na alcohol, very refined. And I think we have parang learned this of him recently. Well, ako personally, na parang may ganito pala siyang taste. So, ang next idol natin ay si Top. And ang kanya ay isang wine line. So, ang pangalang wine line niya, di ba, wine line. So, parang alam mo, feeling mo social, di ba?
Yes.
Pero ang pangalan ng wine line niya ay T-Spot.
Tea?
T-Spot.
As in tsaa?
As in top,
Spot?
as in T, as in trendy with the T. T-Spot. As in G-Spot with the T.
Oo, with the T.
Yes, but they sell
Tapos wine.
Oo. Diba? Medyo, para
Very
siyang
aligned
soju.
sa character niya sa Squid Game.
Correct.
Parang na-idea niya na na-sprack siya. Ganon. Parang alam ko na gagawa ako ng wine tapos T-Spot. Okay yun. Ganon.
Totoo, parang ganon nga. So, nakakatuwa na minention mo na may ganun, parang, ito yung gusto kong mangyari, ganito yung wine na gusto ko, ganun sprack moment. Pero nakakatuwa kasi I think meron pa siyang previous sprack moment before he launched his wine line, because he also purchased a vineyard in Argentina. This was prior to the launching. So, meron talaga siyang
in fairness
love.
sa YG.
Oo.
Okay.
Di ba? Hindi siya tulad ng JYP. Walang ones.
Di ba?
Oo.
Nakabili ng
Penniless
vineyard.
and
Yes.
vineyard. So, malaking difference. Yes.
Di
So,
ba?
yung naman, yung wine line niya, it was launched in December 2022. 2022 lang. So, medyo recent. And this is actually in partnership with a Korean wine company called Vino Pico. And they have two kinds of wines right now. So, meron silang Bordeaux Red and Sparkling Brut. Ay, social. And then, ang gusto niya kasi, kaya ito yung concept niya. Parang gusto niyang, and I guess baka kaya yung name din ganun, hindi siya masyadong maarte pakinggan kasi he wants to make wine accessible. So, his wines are actually pretty reasonably priced. Yun ang kanyang peg for his wines. So,
saan din natin mabibili na naman?
ayun nga eh. Parang wala pa to dito. Pero we'll look
Wala
into
sa
it.
Ralph's Wines.
Wala sa Ralph's Wines. Wala rin sa SNR tsaka sa sa marketplace. Pero baka meron sa Boozy. Boozy, hi! We're here!
Hello, Boozy.
Oo, Boozy.
Check namin lahat tong mga alak na to.
Correct. Oo. Pero sa mga listeners namin na kung alam nyo kung saan nabibili to locally, please let us know. Alam nyo naman na kaming dalawa, Monica not so much. Pero kaming dalawa ni Pia,
She will
malakas.
try it.
She will try.
Yeah.
But she will try.
Yeah.
We're very big drinkers.
Yes. Wag lang kunan ng video after.
Correct.
Ganyan.
Please, wala. Oo. So, yun. Yun ang ating mga idols. Ang ating mga idols.
Idols.
Yes.
Speaking of top, syempre ako, ngayon ko lang na laman na top pala. Kala ko TOP kasi naka all caps and all of that.
Correct. Kung nga, may period pa eh. Kaya TOP,
diba? So, top? Okay. Pero dahil pinag-usapan natin siya, pag-usapan na rin natin ang band kung saan siya dating kasama. That's why I want to mention as well. Ito nga actually yung sinasabi mo na si Jackson Wang yung sobrang entrepreneurial sa mga idols. Naisip ko, ay, lalaban si GD sa dami ng kanyang mga ventures.
Correct.
Kasi sobrang, for the longest time, di ba, nawala siya ng ilang, 8, parang sinakto niya na because he's an 88-liner, parang everything was 888 sa lahat ng mga pagkawala niya at pagkabalik niya, pag-concert niya. Pero sabi niya na nagkataon lang daw. So we don't know what's real because GD is GD.
Weird.
Parang, exactly, diba? Hindi natin sure kung totoo bang nangyari lang or whatnot. But yeah, so when he was out, he had this clothing line. It's called Peace Minus One. The last post kasi nitong Peace Minus One niya was last December pa. So I'm not sure if it's like on pause right now because he's now active again in K-pop. Pero yun, like, I'm sure a lot of fashionistas have heard about this. Isa sa mga pinakasikat na ginawa niya was that he had a collaboration with Nike and sobrang naging sold out yung mga yung mga sneakers. Yun yung may parang pakpak eh. Naalala ko ang daming mga idols na bumili noon and it was like sold out right away. Kasi naman, the power of GD.
Correct.
Mentioning as well na sobrang love na love ko na nag-variety siya ulit. And this one siya naman yung pinaka-host nito, which is Good Day. Na yung concept nito is basically he just wants to create a song with everybody who was like big that year. Parang ang ganda-ganda lang ng buong concept and buong ng show. But anyway, kasi apparently si GD parang mahilig siyang magsuot ng mga acupuncture na mga slippers.
Oh my God, yung ginagamit sa mga variety show?
Yes.
Yun.
He uses that. And then dahil ginamit niya yun, oo, as in ginagamit talaga niya, na sold out siya.
What? May specific
sold
brand?
out tapos nagmahal. I'm not sure kung tama yung memory ko na yung Adidas came out with it tapos yung sinunod. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Sa mga VIP na nakikinig. Pero basta sa Good Day, pinag-usapan nila na sold out nga yung mga acupuncture slippers dahil sa'yo eh.
Oh my God.
The
power. The power. Kahit acupuncture slippers.
Diba? And I remember like before, he had a collaboration with, I'm not sure if it was like BMW, but so one of those mga luxury cars. Tapos na-sold out din eh.
Grabe.
Dahil yung mga VIP mayayaman. Like, hindi, yung labanan natin dito, hindi acupuncture slippers. Kotse.
Luxury cars.
Luxury car, sold out. Ganyan ang power ni GD.
Grabe.
Pero speaking of that, I mean, it's not exactly a side quest because producing music and singing is also part of being an idol. But I guess yung pinaka-side quest na parang conceptualizing, doing a song with everybody, that was just so beautiful. Like the intent was so nice and I super love the song that they came out with. Ewan ko, sobrang...
I haven't heard.
I'll send you the link. As in, sobrang nakaka-GV lang siya. Basically, the song is parang nakaka-GD. Revival siya. Parang song siya from the 90s or even earlier na banda. So, parang may 2 songs yung band na yun, pinagsama niya to create this song. Ayun. Basta parang, basically, it's just about opening your heart to love. Parang ganun lang yung message ng song. Sobrang nakakatuwa. And imagine bringing all those people together. Kahit si Chef Ansong J.
Kasama siya doon? Kumanta siya?
Nandun si Chef
Alam mo, ganun na lang kalakas talaga ang G-Dragon eh. Alam mo yun, diba? Sobrang lakas niya masyado. Na pinakanta niya si Chef Ansong J. What?
Di ba na parang hindi siya makakatanggi eh. Alam mo yun, kung lapitan ka ni GD at sabing gagawa ko ng kanta. Pero to be fair, like even if he recorded, parang ang niretain na lang nila sa kanya yung mga parts na parang medyo nagnanarrate siya. Mga good day.
Okay.
Sweet dreams. Mga ganun-ganun.
Wala siyang harmonies. Ganun.
Hindi na lang nila sinama. I think he was like not so comfortable with it, but the fact na sumali siya.
Correct.
Like, diba? Ang
still
cute,
participated.
diba?
That's true. And that speaks a lot of the power talaga. The power.
Diba?
The power of GD. The power.
The power. Tapos nakakatawa din, sorry, speaking of Good Day, kasi binanggit niya doon na yung power na song ay dahil lang parang yung mga arcade game, tapos di ba minsan kapag yung pag naghahadukan niya, power! Yun yung inspiration ng kanta niya. Di ba?
Sa akin na, itong mga Big Bang na to, T-spot. Alam mo yun?
Di ba?
Para akala mo siya profound, hindi.
Hindi. Ganun lang. Pero nagiging cool dahil sila yun.
Cool.
Alam mo
exactly. Yun? Oo nga. Kahit na T-spot siya, power based on Hadouken. Yes, tanggap.
Diba? Dahil sila yun. Ang galing din ng pagkakagawa ng mga image nila. And hindi lang siya image eh. Kasi there's like a truth in it also.
That's true.
Parang yun. May authenticity naman yung pagka-weirdo nila. So parang go for it.
Tama. Agree.
Ano yung pinaka-last side quest na gusto mong i-share?
Ito I think is my favorite side quest of all. Kasi I think, kasi it's very close to our hearts as theater people. And I've already mentioned what side quest that is. So ito yung mga idols na nag-musical theater. And of course, unahin na natin yung mahal ko sa buhay. Pero wait lang, mag-background story muna tayo ng konti. Kasi I find it interesting talaga na parang yung transition ng, ang dami kasing idols talaga na nag-musical theater. Because I mean, may similar training din, I guess, with singing and dancing and stuff. And then I found out na parang, actually, yes, being on stage, ganun. And then I found out na ang nag-start talaga ng whole shtick na to was Bada of the girl group SES. So she was one of the first high profile. Tagal nun. So she was first gen, no? Tama, 1997. Tapos, so she was part of this musical called Peppermint back in 2003. Yun. So parang ang nakakatuwa rin yung sinabi dito from an article, parang people tend to see idols merely as entertainment industry products, but K-pop idols can use the theater to show who they are and reposition themselves as technically skilled singers. So nakakatuwa na parang in a way, based on this statement lang, it kind of legitimizes them and their skill.
Yes.
Na parang, na kaya nilang mag-transition to, in a lot of people's eyes, parang a higher form of art. Parang ganun. So I find it fascinating. But at the same time, parang it makes sense kung idol na nag-musical theater. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
At una-una na nga sa lahat, simulan natin, si DK!
Kahit may stage kiss siya, sinama mo yan.
Alam mo, honestly, hindi ko pa napapanood yung Excalibur kasi parang ayaw kong panoorin yung stage kiss na yun.
Kahit na ilang beses na lumalabas sa Twitter yung mga video nun, ayaw mo.
Iniwas sa swipe. Masyakit masyado. Parang sa itong bruha na to, tangina mo. Joke lang. Pero yun, si DK. And then you mentioned nga kayo na parang kailangan may tatak ng agency, di ba? For them to like be part of like a side quest, a side gig and stuff. Pero, I mean, DK and like a lot of, I guess, based on what I've read, na parang other like idols, minsan nag-audition na lang sila without saying. And that's what DK did. Nung nag-audition na lang siya bigla for Excalibur, di niya sinabi. And then nung natanggap na siya, parang sa kanila lang niya sinabi, pinayagan naman siya. As long as he can handle the schedule. So, he was in Excalibur.
First hand info to, no? Kunento niya to sa'yo.
Yes, kaya niya ngayon. Andito siya eh.
Okay.
Diba? Diba, babe? Oh my God, fuck. I can't take it. Oh my God. Masakit. Babe, ang puta. Okay. So, yun. So, he was in Excalibur 2019 and then parang nag-rerun sila. Not rerun, parang he revisited, or how do you say that? Revised? No, revisited his role in 2022. Yeah. Di ba nga may Going 17 na ganun? Parang,
correct.
Ano yun? Yung nandun sila sa may tabing ilog. TTT.
Oo, sa tubig. Correct.
Oo, yung nag-ano sila, nag-water sports. Tapos, like, he had to leave early kasi may rehearsal siya. So, yun. So, he's there as King Arthur. And then, may nakita kong review. Parang yung King Arthur daw niya kasi may parang boyish beauty. Boyish beauty!
Oh my God!
Boyish! My God, it makes you feel old. Fuck it. So, yun. Ang boyish beauty ni DK as King Arthur. And I think patok na patok actually ang role na King Arthur sa mga idols kasi no, it's not just DK na nag-King Arthur actually. So we also have Unkwang from B2B who also...
Anong pagkaka-describe ng beauty ni Unkwang dun sa article?
And then, hindi describe yung beauty niya. Powerful vocals. Nag-focus sila sa
powerful
skill.
Vocals. Okay, Unkwang. Sabihin namin in English para maintindihan mo. We love you. We love you from our hurt. Yung sabi niya, my hurt.
Unkwang talaga siya. Favorite ko talaga siya. Alam mo, hindi ako surprised na nag-theater siya. Parang kailangan ng ganung kasabawan. Ano yung sinabi? Aligned. Sobrang aligned. Sobra. So he was also King Arthur in 2021. So nag-Excalibur din siya. Pero marami na rin siya ibang nagawa. So he's also in the first one was Count of Monte Cristo in 2013. He was also Hamlet in 2017. Oh, di ba? Hamlet. May bungo.
Oh,
di ba?
Correct.
And Jesus Christ Superstar as Judas.
Wow! Oh my God, I would have loved to see that. Sino kaya nag-Jesus? Oh my God, sino nag-Mary Magdalene?
Sino nag-Mary Magdalene?
Ang exciting!
Gusto ko talaga ng music. Kahit hindi ko maintindihan. Parang I just wanna see how they're gonna do it.
Punta tayo.
Oo,
pero in Korean,
natin.
Kahit ngayong Hamilton nila, Korean eh. Kinakaya mo yung rap nila. Korean. Diba? Guns and Chips Hamilton. In Korean.
I can't even.
Alexander Hamilton, Imnida. Kayanin natin.
Alexander Hamilton, Imnida mo ta. Gusto ko makita yun. Chat, may mga clips mo dyan.
Panoorin natin. Punta tayo.
Let's go! Eliza Imnida.
Iyeyo.
Iyeyo.
Panoorin Panoorin natin.
Yes, I think we must. Okay. So hindi lang si Un Kwang from B2B ang nag-musical theater, and I think itong next person na to is actually more prominent in the scene talaga. So the other one is Chang Sub. You know, my God, my favorite Chang Sub. I love him so much.
Yes.
And he's done so much, like as in like he was recently in this musical called Winter Traveler. He was a lead there. But he started in this play called, familiar tayong lahat dito, musical called Boys Over Flowers.
May musical version?
May musical version siya, girl.
Oh my God. What was his role?
Go Junpyo. So I guess...
Go Junpyo? Siya yung nag-Go Junpyo? Oh my God, cute!
Siya yung nag-Go Junpyo.
Okay.
So, oh my God. So, yun. So, yun ang kanyang start. And then, he was also in Edgar Allan Poe as Edgar Allan Poe and Marie Antoinette as Marie Antoinette. Joke lang, hindi as Marie Antoinette. As another person in Marie Antoinette.
Titular roles talaga dapat kasi lagi. Sorry.
Oo. Pero as in, parang nakakatuwa kasi parang si Chang Sub, parang meron na siyang label talaga as a musical theater actor. So, kumbaga na-transcend na niya yung pagiging just... I guess say like a K-pop, you know, as an idol na nag-musical theater on the side. Parang he is a musical theater actor. Parang may gano'n na talaga siyang pagkakilanlan ng mga tao. Correct. Which I love it. And like he has such great reviews. Parang yung last niya na musical, Winter Traveler, yung nag-standing ovation sila for him at the final show. So, ayun. So, yun. So, I really want to watch him too as well. And because like I super duper loved him in Universe League. Nakakatuwa siya.
Oh, yes. Ang galing din ng pagme-mentor niya sa mga bata.
Oo, diba? And alam mong...
Teacher na teacher. Nakakatakot.
Teacher. And then, marirealize mo na parang, kaya siguro ang galing niya mag-transition din from like K-pop singing to like musical theater singing. Kasi parang based on mga nabasa ko, parang iba yung techniques eh. Parang may ganun.
Yes.
So, alam mo talaga na...
Tsaka nagtuturo din talaga siya. Alam ko nag-open siya ng studio kung saan nagtuturo talaga siya ng mga tao paano kumanta. Kaya iba din talaga yung attack niya. That's why siguro kaya niyang, if you can call it a genre, like the genre of like mas Broadway singing or mas musical singing versus mas pop. So, alam niya kung paano i-navigate yun.
Correct. Totoo yan. So, yes to Chang Sub. And I also mentioned na Mata Hari. I know I haven't yet, but he was also in Mata Hari. And that's why he is super friends with Solar, who I also love so much because she was Mata Hari. Kaya pala pag nakikita ko may mga clips sila together, parang ko like, bakit parang close? Yung pala magkasama pala sila doon.
Bakit friends masyado?
Oo nga, pero sakto
Nothing
lang.
like being in a production together to bring you so much closer to each other.
Correct, oo. Tsaka,
iba ang bonding na dala talagang teatro.
Exactly, oo. So, Solar was Mata Hari. She was in Mata Hari, the 2002 version. The first one, and 2025. So, recently lang, actually, it closed in March 2. And she said in one interview...
Sayang hindi mo napanood nung nandun ka.
Yeah, oo. Sayang nga eh. Pero parang like, okay lang, next time na. Para mas masaya with my theater friends. I think that would be so fun.
Let's go.
Kahit natin maintindihan.
Oo, parang Hamilton Imnida.
Correct! Mata Hari Imnida. Ito lang may Imnida. May malit na Imnida sa gilid. Parang hindi mahalata sa poster. Char. Ayun. So sabi niya, she feels a personal connection to the character. And I really, really like what she pointed out here. Kasi diba she did Mata Hari twice. So actually, aside from Mata Hari, she also did Notre Dame de Paris as Esmeralda. Pero she's more known for the Mata Hari role. And then the first time kasi she did Mata Hari, parang she got like a lot of mixed reviews. But I really loved how she approached it. Parang she's taking it na lang talaga as a chance to be better. Parang ganon. Kasi parang doon niya na-realize talaga, sobrang magkaiba yung way of parang doing, you know, the K-pop route and of course, musical theater. Kasi musical theater, acting talaga siya. And I think yung review sa kanya, na parang, yes, she was great vocally, pero parang it lacked a little bit of nuance and pati her acting lacked a little bit. So parang that's how she improved for her 2025 version. So, ang gusto lang niya is, I want to earn the trust of musical fans, making them call me an actor worth watching. So, I really like na parang she's putting on that actor hat na. So, yun. So, parang hindi na siya side quest in a way. Alam, parang it's another version of her na. Parang ganun.
And such an admirable way of taking in those critiques. Like, it's easy for her to stay in the K-pop bubble because she's already solar and be like, I don't need that shit. Parang pwede naman niya sabihin yan eh. But instead, she took it so gracefully. So graciously, I mean. Napaka-gracious nung sinasabi niya na, okay, nagets ko and tama naman kayo. Parang basically ganun eh. So, ganito magiging path ko. Ang galing. And parang ang taas naman ng EQ. Girl, pengin naman ng konti. Hindi ko yata kaya pag makriticize ako, parang ayoko na. Ganun.
Correct. Diba? I love it. Parang she just wants, I think yung lahat ng mga side quest na to, I feel like it's just them wanting to be better versions of themselves. Like, you don't want to like, ayun lang kahunin yung sarili nila sa isang kahon, basically. Like, in one label, alam mo yun, na parang I can be so much more than just an idol. Yun.
Correct. And I'd be remiss not to mention as well, si Kyuhyun ng Super Junior is also one of those who have acted in several musicals as well. Kasi sobrang gusto ko rin yung singing voice niya. So parang natutuwa ako na parang, okay, it makes so much sense na nagtiteatro si Sir. Kasi parang, I think sila she went to watch one of his plays, I think right after Bruin Marble. Parang may
very recent.
Play siya nun. Oo, parang I remember may ganong nangyari.
I love
so
it.
Yes, to all the K-popers, the K-pop idols na nagma-musical theater, more, please. And syempre si Kim Son Ho, nasingit. Gusto rin nating mapanood sa play.
Ganun. Bigla siya napasok. Oo, kasi
nasasali.
Naman. Kailangan talaga panoorin si Kim Son Ho.
Sabi na yung mga papanoorin natin. Uy, to be fair, si Yoon Son Ho din. May play din siya ngayon.
Ay, I love it. Anong play?
Diba?
Cute-cutan?
I don't know. Basta na-mention lang niya. Like but you know, that's one of the many things that I'm kind of envious about. Na parang their art scene is so thriving.
Yeah.
Like they can actually, there are people who could actually make a living out of it.
That's true.
So parang nakakaingit lang na may ganun sila. Tayo naman next. To be fair, thriving din yung theater natin. Especially this year.
Correct.
Ang dami.
Sobrang dami.
So,
actually. Oo.
Hopefully, we get to that point na hindi na side quest ang teatro at yun na talaga yung main.
Correct.
Diba?
Oo, bread and butter.
That is the dream.
Yes.
From teatro, pumunta naman tayo sa mga idols who were given a chance to exhibit their work at the Saatchi Gallery in London.
Ooh!
So, yung may mga idols who were able to do this because in the Saatchi Art Gallery, in the Saatchi Gallery, they have the Start Art Fair, which happens every year. Basically, it serves as a platform for emerging and established artists and galleries worldwide. And I think they also have expanded. Actually, sinabi sa na-google ko na meron na rin mga editions sa Seoul and Cape Town as well. Pero I guess that's why they were able to choose some of these idols na makapag-display doon. I'm talking about somebody who is quite controversial right now. Galing din siyang YG. Si Mino ng Winner. As in, so,
yes.
He had the exhibit there. He does.
Ooh,
as in, maano talaga siya. Merong isang I Live Alone episode na si Kian also had an exhibit in London. I'm not sure if it's in Saatchi Gallery as well. And Mino was there already kasi nga meron siyang exhibit. So, nakita silang dalawa, tapos nung pumunta sila sa park, tapos nag-drawing silang dalawa. Ang cute.
Ang cute! Ano show to?
I Live Alone.
I Live Alone. Okay.
And syempre, pwede bang hindi kami magbabanggit ng kahit isang sebongi man lang sa mga side quest na ito?
Ayan na.
Kailangan nating itayo ang bandera ng mga carrots because also had an exhibit in the Saatchi Gallery is 17's Ming Hao.
Yes,
siya naman, medyo mas recent yung sa kanya. Yes, parang I'm not, last year lang ba or 2 years ago? Basta mas recent yung kay Ming Hao. Yung kay Mino, parang 2022, parang ganyan. Yung sa kanya. So, and also, because when I was thinking about this, naalala ko, wasn't it like 2018 or 2019 na si Ming Hao at si Ming Gyu also had an art exhibit in Seoul na parang nilabas lang nila yung mga work nila.
Anong art exhibit yung pinakita ni Ming Gyu? Yung abs niya? Yung sculptured abs niya? Hinulma ng gym?
To be fair naman kasi, Or hinulman ng pagkalalaki niya.
Ay, pinanganak siyang ganun.
Oo, ganun na talaga. Masyado lang perfecto. But yeah, they had an art exhibit and I'm sure a lot of carrots went. And kasi diba, Mingyu naman, ang galing niya mag-drawing. Wasn't there a live na medyo carrots na tayo nito, yung nag-drawing lang siya?
Correct.
So, ang galing.
Tapos kaya parang tayo itong mga 97-liners na to, nakakainis ha.
Eto na
masyadong
naman tayo.
multi-talented eh.
Ang dami nga kaya nating na-mention na 97-liner. Meron pang actually, Bam Bam.
Oo nga, DK.
Di ba?
Diyos ko,
itong mga 97-liners ito, masyadong perfecto.
Correct.
But yeah, so those are the side quests that we know about and we're really interested about. Pero kayo, mga Sarang Base, kung meron din kayong mga side quest ng mga K-pop idols na gusto nyong i-share sa amin and gusto nyong malaman ng mga tao, let us know. Hit us up. Show messages on our DMs. You're on TikTok, Instagram, and also on Facebook para mapag-usapan natin yan and ma-curious kami. And also kung alam nyo kung saan nabibili yung mga alak.
Oo, important please, yung alak. Oo. Bilis! Gusto
important
namin
test.
na!
Okay, and now, dahil kailangan din naming matapos ang episode na to with a game, at dahil nandun tayo sa tema ng pagiging ng mga idol side quest, hindi naman side quest yung sa atin, tayo magdedelulo na lang about being an idol. Maybe isama mo na lang din doon. So kung idol ako, ano kaya side quest ko? Isipin mo na lang, wag mo na i-share. Wag mo nang i-share.
Para kaiba, like, accountant. Parang gusto ko lang maging normal, 'di ba? Kunyari yung level ng kasikatan ko, like, Jenny levels na ako. Alam mo yun? Parang like, I want to feel like a human being. Like a regular human being. I'll be a cashier. Ganon.
Why not?
Diba?
Kasi kapag cashier ka, hindi ka pagkakaguluhan ng mga tao kung Jenny ka, di ba?
Madami pang bibili. Para lang makita ko sa counter ng 7-Eleven.
Nang mas malapit-lapit.
Correct.
Ng 7-Eleven, very specific. Okay, manifest.
Manifest! Girl, hindi nagkataon yung idol. Nagkatotoo yung cashier.
Kaya nga dapat step by the step tayo mag-manifest.
Nauna pa yung pahing kahera, fuck. Hindi naman sa mga kahera, pero parang gusto ko maging idol eh.
Oo, parang yun yung priority po. Parang idol na kahera. Yun
hindi kahera na idol.
Correct.
Yes.
Magkaiba po yun.
Yes.
But yeah, so now, as idols, because you are pangarap, and I'm Sinta. So, as idols, isipin natin ang ating mga idol persona, tayo ay mag-balance game.
Yes.
Okay? So, eto ang ating mga questions. So, sasagutin lang. Sige, pwede mag-explain.
Okay.
Pwede na. Bibigyan natin ng chance to explain.
Okay.
Ang pinag-iisipan ko kasi, for the most part, ang mga side quest, yun nga, hindi naman siya laging approved by the agency. So, swerte yung mga tao na pinapayagan ng agency na mag-side quest. So, ano pa nga ba ang hindi pinapayagan ng mga agency? Eto na nga. Ang mga jowa, ang pinaka-latest na naging quote-unquote scandal. But I think like a lot of the mga shawls took it like kinilig. Is si Taemin, nakita na with the dancer. I don't know how to say it, nose or nose. Parang nakita silang magka-hug.
Ay!
So, eto ang ating question. Number 1, balance game. So, nasa music show. 'Di ba? Music show, magpo-perform na tayo. Pero syempre, music show, ang haba ng hintayan. Morning pa lang, nandun na tayo, performance natin. Mahaba. Gabi pa, hapon-hapon pa. So, tambay-tambay backstage, ganyan. Tapos noon, nakita mo, ay, nandun yung crush ko dun sa kabilang group, nasa kabilang dressing room.
Naririnig ko siya.
Tapos, maingay, kumakanta-kanta. Tapos noon, napansin mo sa hallway, ay, bukas yung pintuan ng dressing room nila. So, anong gagawin mo? Number 1, maglalakad pabalik-balik sa harap ng pintuan hanggang pansinin ka niya.
Shit, parang that's worry.
Or number 2, tanungin mo siya, hey, what's a boy like you? alin sa dalawa si Pangarap? Anong gagawin niya?
As I mentioned, as Trency, I would have been walking in front. Babalik. I mean, gusto pa pansyan. Mas gusto ko na siya yung lumapit sa akin eh. Pero as Pangarap, mas aggressive. So, bubuksan ko ng malaking pintuan. Tapos pupunta ako sa kanya. Tapos kikwelyuhan ko pa siya. Tapos sabihin ko, ganito kalapit What's a boy like you? Pero yun lang. Hanggang dun lang.
Hanggang dun lang talaga. Yun lang talaga yung question. Pwede man dagdagan ng imnida.
What's a boy like you? Alexander Hamilton imnida. Ganon.
Ganyan.
I'm alive
na-imagine ko.
Imnida.
Na-imagine ko kasi parang naka-costume ka na nung pang stage outfit so medyo harsh na yung makeup mo.
Correct.
Alam mo yung parang pang rapper.
Kasi Pangarap pa kasi, based siya sa concept ni Sandara Park nung 21 eh. So may mataas yung buhok.
So bagay nga talaga yung pakwelyohan mo siya.
Gangsta. As a rapper.
Yes. Okay, I guess ako, as Sinta, parang pa-demure, siguro ako na yung maglalakad ng paulit-ulit hanggang sa may pumansin sa akin. Kung si Hoshi ba o si Song Chol, sinong mauna, basta maglalakad. Baka pwede ako mag-drop ng something.
Ano yung drop mo?
Ganyan.
Ano yung drop mo?
Bra.
Habang naglalakad ka, ginagano mo yung likod. Tapos mahulog, strapless eh. Tapos mahulog na lang siya.
Kasi wala namang nakakapitan eh. Parang nahuhulog naman talaga siya.
Gravity. Alam siya, kung musical theater na tayo, defying gravity is not how it goes. For your brazier.
Wala talaga siya.
Oo. I think tama.
Okay. Yung mga ginawa nating mga panglalandi na attempts na yun.
Bra.
Ganyan. Tsaka yung pangkwelyo.
Landian
effective
yun.
siya.
Ay.
Nag-effective siya. Kasi naging kayo na nga talaga. So, eto na. Bakit ka may kaaway?
Nasusyak ako na gumagana yung pangkukwelo. Sabi ko, kaaway ko yung sarili ko eh. Sabi ko, dati ko pa ginawa yun. Ngayon ko lang naisip.
Bakit kailangan pa mag-balance game para maisip kong gawin yun? So, naging effective siya. So, dating na kayo ngayon. Happy dating, ganyan. Hanggang sa si Dispatch. Nileak ang iyong relationship. So, ano ngayon ang gagawin mo? Number 1. Magpo-post ng thirst trap para malito sila sa totoong issue. Ganyan. Para ma-distract yung mga fans. Or number 2, magka-create ka pa ng mas madami pang dating rumors para hindi nila alam kung sino
para
yung totoong
sila.
boyfriend mo. Para sabihin ni Dispatch, alam ko yun yung boyfriend niya.
Takin na kasi nila.
Ito ba?
Si Chef Pick? Pangarap and Chef Pick?
Pamilyado ni.
Pekngarap?
Pekngarap. So, alin sa dalawa ang iyong pipiliin?
Alam mo, bilang nagdedelulo na tayo, doon ako sa paramihan. Magsaya eh. Diba? The essence of storytelling. Diba? Tapos ang dami. Sa ako lahat naglalabas. Walang ibang ako lang. Walang alam yung ahensya. Yung PR agency, wala. Ako lang lahat. Kahit sila nalilito. Sabi, sino ba talaga, Trency? Sino ba talaga Pangarap? Hindi ko alam, pero sa totoo ako gumawa lahat.
Yung umaga, minimiting ka ng CEO ng kumpanya.
Bakit may bago na naman?
Tapos parang, lahat talaga sila. Bahala kayo dyan. Ganda ko eh. Ganon.
Ganda ko eh.
Correct. With the thick eyeliner and the pony na pataas.
Tapos alam mo yung parang hindi mo talaga masasabi na, ay, baka ibang babae yan. Kasi nakaganon yung buhok niya eh. Like, sa lahat ng picture ng dispatch, gano'n yung buhok niya. Obviously, it's me.
Hindi madedenay. Walang plausible deniability.
Wala talaga. Malayo pa lang, hindi mo pa makita yung lalaki, kita mo ni buhok.
Yung buhok. Sabihin ng kumpanya, sabihin natin, AI to, AI?
AI?
Hindi yan, AI. Buhok ko nga eh.
Ako yan. Ano ba? Wala
hindi kaya ng AI gawin yung buhok ko na ganyan.
Correct. Ako lang may kayang gumawa niyan ba?
Every day. Gusto ko yung gigising ka makikipag-date tas ganyan na may buhok mo.
Hindi girl, ganyan din ako matulog. Kaya yung headboard ko ang layo. Kailangan may space.
Tsaka weapon din siya, so kailangan mag-ingat-ingat.
Oo, actually. Shock, ganun. Oh.
Wala ko, bilang nalaglag na din naman yung bra ko dun sa start. I guess thirst trap it is. Parang, di ba? In keeping na tayo. Sintang, di ba? Parang ganun, parang pabebe siya kunwari, tas biglang, ay, may mga braless picture, ganyan. Di ba? Parang si Wasa, nag-ano siya dahil sa mga ganyan.
Correct. Pero yung shtick mo, parati ka nalalaglagan ng bra. Yun yung mga thirst trap mo. Kasi, kumbaga parang may...
Yung nasa siya kunwari, ganun.
Nasa hips mo na yung bra mo, ganun. Parang parang candid dispatch lang din na nakahuli sa'yo. Nagalakad ka sa may Myeongdong. Myeongdong talaga, puro tourist.
gusto pa rin nakaka-carousel siya na parang first shot, second shot, na habang nahuhulog yung bra ko, tapos nasa-shock ako.
Correct, ganda.
So, lalong malilito ngayon yung mga fans. Parang, ano ba talaga nangyayari dito? Nababaliw na ba siya?
Correct. Oo.
Okay. So, eto na yung pinaka-last natin na Delulu. Pero ito, open-ended.
Ay, ito na.
Ikaw na lang sumagot kung paano mo sasagutin.
Okay.
After lumabas yung mga rumors, para a few days later, sinabi sa'yo ng agency na, sige, mag-live ka. You can address the rumors or not. Ikaw bahala. But the fans just want to see you.
Okay.
So, nag-live ka. So, since nung nagla-live ka, iniisip mo na parang, dapat, image natin dito, I love the fans, ganyan-ganyan. Biglang tumawag yung mom mo. So, sabi mo, ay, maganda yan para sa image na parang alam nila na, close ako kay mommy, ganyan. So, sinagot mo yung phone call para sa fans na, my mom is calling. Nako, araw-araw talaga, nag-uusap kami nito, ganyan-ganyan. So, in-on mo sa speakerphone para marinig kagad ng mga fans. Parang kung ano sabihin sa'yo. So, nung mo ng phone, naka-speakerphone siya, tapos sinabi ng nanay mo, sabi niya, nag-break na daw kayo? Kausap ko si DK kanina. Sabi niya, gano'n. Yun ang bungad. Anong gagawin mo?
Off. Live off. Talo pa yung dispatch yung nanay ko. Also, DK, what the fuck? Sinabi mo pa sa nanay ko, hindi sa akin. Sakit yun. Yung wala ko tinex. Grabe ko. Well, break up. No, I can't break up. Pag-usapan natin, sir, please. Sige na. Nagmamakaawa ako.
Paano kung fake news pala si mommy?
Sino kinausap niya? Scammer? Posible. May history yung nanay ko sa ganun eh. Hindi naman siya na-scam, pero yung parang may mga tumatawag na dapat hindi. Parang, so I can imagine. Yung parang, nag-break na daw sila ng anak mo, si DK tsaka si Trency, si Pangarap. Bigyan mo kong $10,000. Yung linya.
Okay. Papadala naman siya.
Ganun. Yun.
So, ganon. So, parang sinong gusto mong kausapin? Si mommy o si DK?
Si DK muna. Confirm.
Okay.
Tapos, pag ma-confirm na hindi pa, magla-live ako ulit.
Kasi hindi ka naiiyak eh.
Hindi na ako iyak
okay ka na.
Oo. Tsaka sabi, my mom is mistaken. She's a senior.
Pero madami ng mga clips yun, umikot na yun sa lahat ng social media.
Hindi,
pinag-usapan na nila.
Strategy ko yan. Pandagdag siya, panglito siya eh. Pandistract.
Kasi nga madami kang kadate.
Oo, marami na ako kadate. Dagdagan pa natin maraming breakup, diba? Parang sila, shit, kayo na ba talaga siya nakipag-break? Pero wala. Hindi talaga ako nakipag-break. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang laban.
Oo. Fake news lang talaga si Mother. So kapag nag-live ka ulit, may tatawag ulit siya, tas iba na naman yung pinag-breakan mo daw. Ganyan.
Oo, iba na naman. Madami.
Mga 7 beses. Correct.
Sunod-sunod.
Dami.
Di ba siya na-bother? Ang dami kong jowa. True. Ikaw, anong gagawin mo?
Actually, hindi ko talaga alam. Feeling ko parang ibababa ko yung phone tapos parang, fake news. Hindi ko alam. Wrong number.
Basta tanggalin mo yung bra mo.
Babalik.
Para ma-distract sila.
Tatagay ko yung bra ko. Tapos habang nahuhulog siya, end live.
Yun. Ganon.
Yan, para yun na ang bagong controversy na pag-uusapan nila.
Correct.
Okay, so kayo naman, anong gagawin ninyo sa aming balance game? Please, let us know. Gusto naming malaman kung gaano kayo kadelulu at kung ano yung extent na mga gagawin ninyo para sa pag-ibig and also mga side quest na rin. If you haven't yet, follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you're enjoying our content, we would love your support. Please hit the follow button and give us 5-star reviews on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Your feedback helps us grow and brings more amazing content your way. Thank you. You're the best. Kumawo, Chegoya, and Saranghey!
Bye, guys!
Salamat!
Love you!
Pero kung ikaw, magka-dating rumor ka na nga talaga as an idol, paano mo gustong i-address?
Totoo siya na dating rumor?
Oo.
Hello? I am
Anyong haseyo.
sorry.
Chuwasamnida.
Magne-neck brace din.
Translator.
Hindi, tas girl, kailangan maliit ka lang dito.
Nakikita ko dito. Okay.
Pero live.
Mas maliliitin lang ako na sa gilid.
Siksikan tayo sa isang frame. Ikaw, ano yung sa'yo? What would you do? Tas kasal
Kung may
ka na.
dating rumor.
Kasal ka kay DJ Airpat. Ganon.
Tapos may dating rumor.
How? Do tell.
May oras pa ba akong malito? Parang hindi ba pwedeng mag-deny na lang ako kagad? So parang deny, maglabas ako kagad ng mga ng mga press release, tapos tanggal bra.
Yun.